Welcome to another episode of Drug Dealers to Businessmen podcast. It's your boy, Duane Cofield. Man, what is good, family? Those who are tapping in, make sure you guys put your comments. Man, it is November 5th, 2022. I'm your host. This is the weekly tap in, and I'm tapping in. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? It's Labor Day. I'm hitting you guys on Labor Day, man. So be it, man. There's work to be done, even when we're relaxing, right? We don't have to necessarily be in tune with whatever. I mean, if we're barbecuing, cool. It doesn't matter when this stuff happens. That's the one thing that the beauty about on demand things. It doesn't matter when it happens because you can watch it again, right? When the moment's right. Because every time it may not be the right moment. So I'm not even tripping off about who's watching live. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But this content is evergreen, right? No dates on it. But if you are tuning in, you want to put your city shout out, man, I would be glad to give you a shout out, and I certainly appreciate you tapping in. Man, we are on episode number 25. Man, we are coming along, right? Episode number 25, season season 3. Can you guys believe it? Man, that's 80. It's the 85 episodes, dog. We 85 episodes. We've done over 100 lives. What's going on, John? Appreciate it, man. Your son did good. Oregon, man. Oregon State, man. Woo. The boy is a beast. But anyways, man, shout out to you, John. Appreciate you tapping in. Um, yeah, man, we're on episode number 25, man, and we're talking about changing lanes, man. So we're going to talk about the historical context of when we used to do it when we were younger, right? And how we're still doing it as adults and how, we shouldn't keep doing it, right? It's okay to go get over in the lane and learn a little bit, this and this and that. What's going on, Sammy? Appreciate it, man. How goes it? I bet you did. Um, what's going on, Anthony? Appreciate you tapping in. Little Rock, Arkansas in the building. We got South Central. We got Atlanta in the building. Man, we got Little Rock, Arkansas, man. So many more people. Appreciate you guys. Salute you. Hopefully you guys enjoying your day. Cuzzo, what's happening? My family tapping in. Shavante, I see you. Appreciate it. I don't know where city you in, Shavante. So I know our second most listened to country is Australia. So shout out to Australia, man. That's I wanted to give a big shout out to Australia. They're our number 2 listened country, man. People tapping in from Australia on a regular basis. So we trying to get there, family. We are really trying to get there, man. So which is why, brings us to the concept of what we're talking about today, staying in your lane, right? Not switching lanes, right? How many times when we was younger? What's going on? Another family tapping in, my AZ fam tapping in, man. What's going on, Endo? Salute, man. Phoenix, Arizona in the building, baby. So everybody's tapping in. Shavante, Memphis in the building. So we got Memphis, Little Rock, Arkansas, South Central LA, Atlanta, right? We keep going, man. So I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. So changing lanes, man. That's what we're talking about today, right? And it's a thing. Oh, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. Oh, Mississippi. All right. Hey, man, many blessings. Appreciate you. Virginia, my aunt tapping in. I got a lot of family on here, too. So I appreciate you guys for doing it, man. Like my local fam, you guys are the number 1 country. I'm not overlooking the United States at all because it's a beautiful blessing that God keeps continuing to give me content in order to hopefully really kind of spread, man. The dude is busy. So he uses us, and we talked about this in the past. How he uses us as conduits, right, to get his work done. So, he uses us to spread messages, right? So he uses people, ideas, TV, books, you name it. He uses everything. So this is why this is important. And like I said in the past, I said this doesn't have a date on it. There's no date on this. This is something that it's going to last. It can, you can find these inspiration in old content, and that's what I hope to bring with this. And like I said, God continuously blesses me with more and more so that I can give you guys more and more. So thank you again. Those who are listening on the replay, appreciate you more. Those who are sending me messages, leaving comments on videos, all that's appreciated, dog. And I'm going through a whole little appreciation thing, but I really do. You know what I mean? I couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you. And like I said, we are global listener. I think Brazil's like 3 or Canada coming in there. So we got a lot of people listening from all over the globe. I'm excited. Can't you tell? I'm out of breath. But nah, man, I just been vibing out, like, just really looking at people and watching. And one of the things that I'm really learning is that whole analogy, the grass ain't greener, right? Let's soak that up first. What does that actually mean? Let's really like break that down. What does that actually mean? The grass ain't greener, right? We make the assumption, right? If we read Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Four Agreements, we understand what assumptions do for us, right? We shouldn't make assumptions. But you've also heard the term to make an ass out of you and me, or whatever the case might be. My dad used to say this stuff, and I don't know how accurate it was. That's why you got to be careful repeating what your parents say. Accuracy is subjective, right? Because they didn't have the internet. So I'm not shooting at my baby boomers. I'm just saying. So, yeah, my dad he used to say all kind of different types of quotes, and I used to be like, man, I don't know if that's 100%, 100% accurate, man. I don't know about that. But let's break that down. The grass is greener, right? We always looking at people and thinking that their situation is better than ours. And I credit my dad too. Rest in peace, my dad, telling me, man, be into who you are, right? Because you don't know what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? We make an assumption, right? That Don Miguel, what we talking about, we make an assumption that somebody is living a better lifestyle than our current position. Our current position is worse. If God would just swap us out, we can just trade lives with these cats and everything. Is just like, what makes you think that they got it better than you? You know what I'm saying? Like, God ain't, he's not in the business of making things uneven. You know what I'm saying? To where they're getting a blessing and you're not. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what there are other things that are going on in their life. You have no clue, right? Oh, man, they got it perfect. Do they? Man, the dude who ran, what was it? I think it was Bed Bath and Beyond, just jumped out of a building. Man, he just made like 750 in salary and like millions in bonuses. And from the outside looking in, you would look at that and like, man, 750 a year, man, I'm good. I'm getting a big house. I'm going downtown DTLA. I'm getting the penthouse, right? But that along with that comes a lot of pressure. You know, I'll tell you where I learned that lesson. If you guys want a real good lesson, like my kids, you learn so much through your kids. So what was that? Um, like it just came out in Encanto. Is that what it's called? Where they don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. I think it's called that, but I think that's what it's called. Hopefully, somebody help me out in the chat. But anyways, they were talking about how this entire family had all these blessings, right? But each one of them had issues, right? They had the blessing, and the girl was like, "Oh, if I could just have the same power." They had the powers. I'm sorry, I'm saying blessing, but they are blessings. And we think one was beautiful, one was really strong, and they had all these responsibilities that came along with those blessings God gave them. You know what I'm saying? And that was like real to me. Like it's not always you thinking it's better. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, oh yeah, you 6'3", you tall. Man, it sucks being on an airplane now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's hard to find clothes for me. I'm not. The way they got clothes for a 6'3" dude, they expect you to be really wide. So it's hard to find clothes to fit. So yeah, shoe sizes. That my shoes don't look as good as somebody with a 10 or 9, right? So you got to take your the good with the bad, and it ain't all bad, ain't nothing bad. Like you're unique, you know what I'm saying? So like you got to embrace that. But we're always looking over there. Oh man, look at that grass. That grass is growing. Oh man, I gotta. What you using? Okay. Your grass just may not be growing. You know what I mean? It may not have anything to do with what he or she's using, because the same things that they use may not work for you. My advice may not work for you. I've tried to make that announcement as many times as I can. Even though it's, my stuff works for me, I tell you what works for me, it may not exactly work out for you. So my goal, what's going on, Tanisha and Keith? See y'all. Appreciate you guys tapping in from the high desert. Shout out to Victorville, Apple Valley, Atlanta, all that. Appreciate you guys. So that's the thing. Like, what makes you think, their life is gonna be so much more better? Like like, I don't stack up. Man, confidence. I was talking to my mom about loving yourself. Loving yourself more than anyone can ever love you, right? Nobody can love you more than you love yourself. And I'm not talking about it from a conceited standpoint, but understanding and embracing who the F you are and the uniqueness that you bring to the world. If everybody were the same, if everybody were copycats, man, this world would be boring. Well, how do people say as fuck? AF? It'd be boring AF, right? But that difference, the differences that we bring, the diversity that we bring, the diversity in thought, right? The different things that we're interested in. If people imagine if it was a bunch of technical people. As much as I love technology, I appreciate art even more. The differences, right? The dichotomy, right? You gotta appreciate complete differences. People that make music. I'm like, man, there's nothing else in the world that can make people reminisce and move. And you question why entertainers are paid so much? Name something else that can get people jumping up, happy, hugging, dancing. Like, there's nothing else that can mimic that. So that uniqueness, man, you got to appreciate it. Gets us to concerts. What's going on, Debo? Another one of my partners, family tapping in. Man, what? But we got to appreciate that. And if we was all in the same, we all had the same cars, we all had the same everything, man. Come on. World is That's why we have. I tell my son all the time, my man, look at your fingers. That should tell you that's how much God love you. To make sure nobody else has anything close to that. That's how much he loved you. He made you that individual, that much of an individual, even if you a twin, still make you cats different. That's how much I love you. And I want you to go after your individual dream. Right. But what are we taught? Be like him. And I fought myself, man, look at this cat. And I try to say, man, don't be like him, but just look at some of the things that they doing. And that's the thing with me, man. Just look at some of the things you doing. You may appreciate my risk taking. That take that. Put that in the bag. Right? You don't have to take everything with you, right? There's ways to appreciate people without switching lanes. You feel me? I can appreciate a car pass by. I'm like, oh, my wife know what kind of truck I like. I'm like, there, go right there. I'm not getting ready to go get it. I don't need it right now. Me and the Camry winning. You know what I mean? She got a new car and I'm straight right now. I don't need to switch lanes and hop into something else because it's not that time yet. And that's the one thing I'm working on consistently is my patience, right? Patience. You guys are seeing the book suggesting what I'm listening to. It's about allowance, right? What is allowance? Allowance is when the parents bless you with something, right? Give you something on a weekly basis, whatever, some bread, whatever. We get allowances too, man, but we gotta allow it to come. We can't sweat God like we sweat our parents. Like we didn't sweat our parents. Where my allowance at, homie? Right? Where my allowance at, Dad? we Man, it's about time for me to get my allowance. We wasn't doing that, were we? Some of us may have been, right? But we shouldn't be on God's bumper like that. Where my blessing at? Where this at? Man, we gotta be patient. It ain't our time yet. It ain't, and it may not come for a long ass time. And we gotta be cool with that. We gotta be totally cool with that. We can't switch lanes, man. Whenever we switch lanes, all we do is stress ourselves out. Right? We see somebody pass by. Oh man, damn. They pass you. Like, man, what happened? Hey, you don't know what's gonna happen. This weekend, me and my wife was rolling, right? And light caught me, and I was doing something, and I missed it. But dude ran it. Some other dude on a motorcycle ran the light, and she was like, "Everything happens for a reason." And that woke me up, like to literally, you don't be in a hurry. You don't need to get there that fast. You don't know what God's preventing you. If somebody driving slow, man, embrace that. As hard as it may be. Something getting delayed, embrace it. Right? Your lane is your lane. The detours are specifically set up for you to learn things from. You start hopping in lanes trying to avoid detours. Those are critical learning points. Critical learning points. And you bypass, I'm detouring, I'm shaking them. Man, that's like avoiding drills in practice. I'm trying to shake coach, right? Man, I don't know where he is, but I'm gonna act like I'm gonna do this drill. And then when you get to the game, they're gonna light you up. Football, basketball, doesn't matter. You avoid the drills. Why avoid the stuff that's hard? Detours are hard. Man, I gotta go around a man, you getting to explore a neighborhood you ain't ever been introduced to. Detours need to be more embraced. I don't know why we have this mindset of avoiding detours. I want a smooth ass ride. Do you really? Why? Oh, because I don't want to do shit. Oh, okay. That's a little bit different, right? But you just want a smooth ride just on GP. You don't want to go off the beaten path and discover a neighborhood, discover a park, discover a view. If I didn't go off the beaten path in LA, I would have never discovered Palos Verdes. Right? I didn't just keep going. Where does this go? Where does this go? Oh, I'm going up a hill. Next thing I know, wow, you're getting this spectacular view. Then, oh, it come around and take you to San Pedro. I didn't know that either. Just by taking a long road, not being in such a hurry. I'm embracing that, man. I'm trying to slow it down now. I'm not rushing for anything. I'm not hopping into each lane. And what happens when you do that in traffic? You don't get anywhere. The casual cat just keeps moseying along and next thing you know, he pull up at you at the light, just look at you. Right? And you've been skirting in traffic, you trying to get there. He just moseying along. Do, 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 do. He get there at the same time you do. With 50%, matter of fact, 75, 80% less stress. And that's what happens when we sit up there and try to pursue our goals with all our might. We get stressed out. That what do they call it? What the thing that goes in your blood? I think it's called cortisone or something like that. Starts increasing because we trying to make. I gotta man allow it, dog. Allow it to formulate. Allow it to get done. Right? There's nothing worse than food half-ass cooked. Why you want your dream half cooked? You got to allow it to formulate to come together. There's a lot of ingredients involved. Hopefully you asking for the right thing. And that's the key. I had to sit back, man. Hold on, chill. You rushing things. What you rushing for? You act like it's never gonna happen. You're not trusting God. Told my son that over and over again. I said, you ain't got to remind me. Just like you don't have to remind God. You ask for it, it's already in the work, man. We had the conversation about the waitress, right? You remember that. Sitting there waiting for you to take your order. Universe sitting there waiting for you to take your order. But once you give it to the universe, you got to sit back and chill out. And you got to start doing other stuff and being the miracle for other people, knowing your miracle's coming. That's a tough one. That I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a tough one. Being the miracle for somebody else while you waiting on yours. Right? That's just like serving people food while you still hungry. I'm gonna let you marinate on that one for a minute, right? You feel me? That serving food while you still hungry. Knowing you got a steak back there cooking. It's a difference, right? It's a difference when you serving somebody and you don't think you like, I don't even know if I got any food back there. But when you know you got a steak, whatever your preference is, if you're vegan, whatever, I feel it. But whatever your preference is, no guy back there got yours on the broiler, right? You gotta do this. He may call your number in a few minutes. I'm just saying, like, here go your steak. But in the meantime, you got to go serve other people. You got to go give them things, right? You got to go give them food. And how do you do that? You don't necessarily have to do it in the physical sense. There's ways to still give. People need certain pushes. People need certain jumps. Give it to them. Why not give? Right? Advice. A game. If you got it, don't force it anybody. But you know somebody need a little something, throw them a book, throw them an idea, throw them an article. You feel me? It doesn't require a whole lot. What's going on, Steven? Fifth Ward tapping in. I see you, homie. I appreciate you. It doesn't take a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just give, 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 and wait on your blessing is coming, right? But it's not the other way around. It's not like soon as I get this blessing, I'm gonna start giving. God want to see what you're gonna do when you ain't got nothing. How you gonna act when you quote unquote think you doing bad? What you gonna give then? People a hard time? I know you want to, but the godly thing to do is what? Bless them. Give game. Give like I said, a book. Give $1, right? Listen to Kendrick Lamar. How much $1 costs? Promise you, it's changed your whole perspective on giving. When I give now, like it's different. I see these cats on the freeway, man, what I'm looking for. They see me. And then I'm if I ain't man, all I got is a quarter. Last he's like, man, I said, I know it ain't. He said, it's something. God bless you. And it didn't matter what the actual action was. It was the intention. I'm trying now. I don't know who's God, but I'm pretty sure all you guys are. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm it's like that. I'm pretty sure all y'all are. So let me and I'm constantly being tested. Right? I'm constantly being tested. I don't know where my failure may come in. Lesson I did something yesterday. I was like, I felt kind of bad about, but that God knows my intention. He know, so yeah, be cool with that. You know what I mean? While you in your lane, be the blessing to others. Pull over, give traffic advice. Update waves, right? This dips over here. I ran into one. This travel blogging, right? Which is what I'm doing. Right. If you when you're going on a journey, you travel blogging, you documenting every stop, what you doing on the way, what you learning. That's what you think life is with a big old travel blog. And most people document BS. You complaining. You gonna make a travel blog complaining, or you gonna tell people legacy wise how amazing this world was and what you did to contribute to it? You got two options, you know. And some people see the world different. I can dig it. Those is your lenses. Sometimes, like I tell my little my wife's, well, he's my little cousin too. Clean your glasses. Can't see straight. You got to clean your glasses. Right? Your lens, what you're looking through, is going to affect what you see. And if you're around the wrong people and they telling you, man, we wear these, going to have to switch it up. And you may start drifting. You don't have your lens on right? You may start thinking that their lane is sexier than yours. That it's more important, that it's going to bring you better result. That God's got they got a different prize in that lane. What makes you think so? Why would they have a different prize? It might be different, but it ain't better. That's the thing my dad told me, man, cats is different. They ain't better than you. They just different than you. Nobody better than you. You're not better than anybody else. Everybody's different. That uniqueness is beauty, man. So I ain't like none of the you can't pinpoint one of my homeboys that I'm like. Not one. And that's not on purpose, like I'm trying to be different than my homies. I'm just doing me. And it should be different. Right? If you doing you, why would you be similar to anybody else? Oh, I'm doing me, homie. No, you doing kind of him. Or you doing kind of her. You know what I mean? Y'all getting y'all twinsies. Right? There to be an individual in a world of followers. There. It's scary. Because everybody's trying to mimic and model somebody else. Because that's easy. To develop your own identity, to be an individual, be cool with your path and your timing and all that requires massive, massive cojones, as they say, right? Or what's the chutzpah? right? It requires you got to be ballsy to be yourself, right? To be who you are, be comfortable with it, to go after your individual dream and be like, man, I don't care what anybody says. I believe in myself. And you'll look at anybody, watch Kanye West. I know he's tripping, but the Kanye West documentary, it was all about belief. That was all it was about. How much he believed in himself. As I said, self-love, you can't beat it. There's nothing else that comes close to loving yourself. Because when you love yourself, that's the only thing that comes out of you is love. You can't help but love other people. I'm good. I don't there's nothing conditional. Right? I don't need your love is cool if it's there, but I love myself so much that I don't need it. It's cool if it's there, but I love myself so much that I don't actually need it. I believe in myself so much that I would appreciate your belief, but I don't need it. It's not required. Batteries came included with my shit. I don't need your juice. Right? And you're not being like that, but you got to be self-maintained. You got to be able to to really recharge yourself. Because if you rely on other people, man, you're going to be disappointed. There are going to be times that they don't feel like doing something. There are going to be times where they don't have the time to do something. There are going to be times when you run something by somebody and they don't give you the response you want. So you got to go to yourself, what to do to talk to yourself. There's a book, I got it in there somewhere, one of my either Kindle or um or Audible. What to say to yourself when you talk to yourself. Because that's the best conversation you're gonna have. Because that one, you shouldn't be dogging yourself out. And if you are dogging yourself out, if you're saying something that you don't want, you gotta find somebody to mediate that, right? And oftentimes it's counseling or a homeboy who's speaking life or a homegirl who's speaking life into you. Whatever you could take, podcast, this podcast, um, um, whatever it takes. You said Anthony said when you're pursuing dream, it takes up all your time. It should, right? You got to make time for, and the thing about it though, but you got to treat yourself too. It can't be all about just hustling, right? It can't be, you got to let the universe work too. And that's when you got to go to be the miracle to somebody else, right? You got to know your stuff is on the way. Your milkshake, steak, fries, all that stuff is already in pursuit. They back there hooking it up. But I got all these meals out here too that I need to get off too. Who gonna help me with those? And your ribs ain't touching just yet, homie. Right? You might be hungry. You might be, dreams is you see all these dreams getting passed out. So you might know, like, damn, when I see food and when I see dreams getting cashed out, man, I get hungry. I'm like, where mine at? I need, man, it's mine too. Where mine at, dog? Yours is coming. You gave me, when'd you give me your order? Okay, cool. Yeah, man, I see all these orders I got. I'm getting dreams off. You see me trying to get them off, man. I don't have enough deliverers, right? I don't have enough waiters. I don't have enough DoorDash people to get these dreams off. So I need help. So if you're gonna help, come help. This guy's conversation, right? You're gonna come help, homie. Well, I got yours coming, but I appreciate if you can get some of these dreams and make some of these dreams come true for some of these other people, right? At least go deliver it for me, right? That's the agreement with God. So we got to be that light to some people. We got to continue to be the dream, the dream deliverer to some people. You don't know whose life you saving. You don't know that advice, what that's going to do to that person. You don't know what that book's going to do for that person. You don't know what that class is going to do. One of the reasons why I love teaching is because I don't know who I'm going to touch that's going to change the world. And that agreement is between me and God. I don't even need to know that you changed the world. How's that for ego? Right? Dropping that ego. That ego will get you in all kind of trouble. So I don't even need to know if you finished or not. I don't need to know it. The ego wants to know, man, what did I do for you? Oh, I helped you change. Nah, nah. I don't need that. All I know is like I done juvenile hall. I know I'm putting in my work. I know I put a lot of time in to ruin a lot of lives when I saw work. But now I'm changing that around, man. I done gave back. God knows, man. I'm not counting. I hope he's not either. We got an agreement now. You dig? Let's keep going. Stay in your lane. Pull over. That's the one thing you can do. Pull over. You can pull over to reset. You can pull over to look at the view. You can pull over to take a walk. You can go do whatever you want to do. Just stay in when you get back, stay in your lane. Don't hop in somebody else's. Right? You see something that you want to see, plan your trip, man. Okay, I want to go extra. There are gonna be detours. You may not get there directly, but don't I'm not taking your man. That's man. All right, cool. You going over there? That's what's up. Let me know when you get there. Well, I'm going over here. And I'm cool with that. I'm 100% cool with that. As hard as it may be for other people to accept, I'm 100% cool with that. And in the meantime, I'm about to pull over a couple spots, and I'm gonna help some folks. And I'm gonna find more ways to contribute. And in that process, right during that time that I'm giving, right, my steak may come in one of them plates. That's how God works. It just may come one like picking up. Damn, that's exactly what I ordered. Yeah, here you go. While you still giving stuff out. Because this is the way the world works. It's round, right? What you push out is what's coming back to you. So give love. That's it. Find something to love, some bodies, industries, whatever. Find something to give back. That's another thing I got to work on too. This is me personal. Giving back, figuring out more ways to give back. I do it this way, but I want to do more. Because not because I think that I'm going to get a blessing, because that is the blessing. That is the blessing. There's if you're in a position to help somebody else, you're the blessing. Even if nobody helped you, it doesn't matter. We don't get salty. Not with God. Because if he's keeping us around, we breathing, we moving, we doing, man, better than most. So now we got to be comfortable with that, right? What's coming to us, taking our time, taking our bumps and bruises, taking our flat tires, taking our overheating tanks, right? On the way, our journey's going to have a lot. But do we have to record that? Do we have to talk about it? Do we have to spend time? Yeah, we got a flat tire. But man, you know what? Once we had that flat tire, we got to look around and see all these roses. And matter of fact, we found some strawberries, and then such and such had an idea, and we're gonna start selling strawberries. And that's how God works. When you think you're getting a flat tire, man, he opens you up to a whole bunch of other stuff that you had no idea was even there had you not stopped. Because if we want that smooth ass journey without stopping, going 100 miles an hour, we missing every damn thing. The reason why people drive 100 miles an hour to Vegas because there's nothing to see there. The reason why people try to slow down going to San Diego because there's so much to see. Not hating on either one, man. Love the trip to Vegas. Vegas trip is dope. I ain't gonna front on that, man. You gotta stop at the little candy shop. But anyways, I'm deviating. But slowing down, taking breaks, smelling the roses, right? My kids, it's the one thing that they taught me how to do because they've all done it when they were kids. My son did it and my daughter does it. They stop and smell the roses and appreciate things that are right there on the side of the road. That normally, if we didn't stop, get out, walk, take time, we wouldn't appreciate it. We can't go through life 100 miles an hour hustling. We'll be burnt out by the time we're 45, right? Well, some of us are already, aren't we? Aren't we? Speaking from experience, right? But on the real, going 100 miles, we've been going 100 miles an hour since we was in high school. Dangerous 100 miles an hour. This wasn't no, you know what I mean? Oh, man, we just going to go work and, man, I hate it, man, overtime. No, 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 no. Guns, drugs, police, like full throttle, homie. So that was a fast, high pressure lifestyle. You can't do that for a long period of time and then hop into the entrepreneur game and say, I'm going to go 100 miles an hour again. Man, you got to slow down and smell the roses on me. Appreciate this shit. It's not a given. This isn't promise. So we got to appreciate our lane. We got to stay in and, man, I'm good. I'm good with my height, my weight, my teeth. My smile, whatever, dog. I'm straight. That's what I'm supposed to have. You feel me? That I may not be a MIT statistician, but I got other assets that they don't have. So that's fine. God balances everything out. We good. We even. I don't know what you know. Doesn't matter. It's all said and done. Only thing that matters is what we've done while we were here. That's it. What's our legacy? Whose life did we change? Right? You need to get on that now. While your blessing is being cooked in the back room, you got to get on that. Stay in your lane. Don't trip. Our destination is proper too. Our destination is all that. It ain't gonna be like anybody else's. So even when you try to convince people, like, man, to hop on the road with you, you're a passenger. The best thing for you to do is take pictures. You're a passenger. You're not driving. So trying to grab the wheel from God and switching to somebody else's lane is you'll crash. Knock it off. Ask God to pull over though, man. You got to ask him to pull over, man, so you can see some stuff. Appreciate the detours. Appreciate changing the tire. Appreciate the one-on-one talks with God while you on this journey. Because you're gonna talk to him a lot because this ain't gonna be no easy shit at all. You're gonna talk to him pretty often. But what are you gonna say to him? What questions do you ask? Are you paying attention? You looking out the window? You looking at life or what's going on? You asking him to slow down, not speed through life like everybody want to rush through shit. Slow down. Appreciate it. College, slow that down, man. 4 years goes fast. Appreciate every single semester hour. Especially speaking from a professor standpoint. I'm telling you guys. I appreciate every one of those hours. The connection at the library, all that stuff. All right. Appreciate people. Take time. Take time. Your dream is already on the way. You don't need to cut a throat. You don't need to slash a tire. You don't need to cut a line. You don't need to do any of that. You don't need to get road rage because you see somebody else getting a blessing. You don't need to do no road rage, homie. You don't need to. You don't need to speed. You don't need to run through lights. You don't need to do any of that stuff. Your blessing is coming. Trust and believe that. All right. So what? I got to show you guys one more thing. What I'm reading right now. Uh, let's see. I'm just getting to it, you guys. If you guys got any questions, you guys can put them in comments now while I'm pulling this up. See if I get to it. But I certainly do appreciate all the tap ins. It's just sharing my screen with you guys so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So yeah, man, what I'm listening to right now is a really good book. It's by my peoples. I keep saying that because I'm always listening to them. Hold on, let me see where's my library. Should be the most recent one I listened to. All right, let me share my screen with y'all. Chrome tab. All right, hold on. Seems like it's not working right now. There it goes. So that's the food truck one. No, right here. Oh, you guys can't see it just yet. Hold up, hold up. All right. So right there, I'm listening to The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent. It's called The Art of Allowing. This is by Esther Hicks and Jerry. The Art of Attraction, The Law of Attraction. I got a lot of their books. I believe in that stuff, man. I just really do because I'm living the exact life that I visualize, like to the T, everybody included. So if stuff is powerful to me, I subscribe to Audible. I don't get a commission or anything, so I'm not promoting that at all. I'm just telling you guys what I'm up to and I'm listening to. So I appreciate you guys, man. Make sure that you guys hit the subscription button. Those who are watching YouTube, those who aren't, man, hit the subscription button on the YouTube. Make sure you go subscribe. Leave us a comment on not if you can leave it on Amazon or iTunes. We prefer iTunes. It's really helpful. Those who have left us a rating, that's great too. We appreciate that. But if you can take the time right now and go leave us a review. We would certainly appreciate that. And I'm tapping out. Have a blessed week. See you guys next week.